guys, this is Gwen Lazarito and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. I make videos about personal finance, minimalism, lifestyle design, and anything else that you need to live your best life. So today, if you're watching this video, then chances are you're in a relationship and you'd like to start your budgeting journey together. So, dili mag-uol kay na ako'y special guest karong adlaw to help us dive into this wonderful world of budgeting as a couple. Ta-da! This is Ray Christian Haka. If you haven't seen him in my YouTube videos before, he is my fiance. Say hi.
Hola!
So Christian and I will give you some of our best tips that we've learned so far as we've been budgeting together for a long time on how to budget well as a couple. Let's get started. Tip number 1 is to lay down all of your financial information.
So it's very important nga you stay to your partner or discuss with him or her pila yung expenses na maka-expect mo regular basis. Unsa inyong expenses on a regular basis po, monthly and annually. And of course, ang inyong mga debts such as credit card, car loans, house loans, so that you guys are aware of everything that is happening now and then you can plan accordingly.
Tip number 2 is to have a conversation about what your individual and your collective goals are and order them by priority.
Yes, so this is the fun part na mo. Hisgot na mo kung sa inyong mga gusto, and I know this is something that we always talk about with our partners, right?
Yes.
So sige mo magplano mo kung unsa inyong unahon sa kinsang gusto. So there are different ways how to approach that. It can be unsay pinaka ma-afford right now or unsay pinaka importante or pinaka urgent.
Tip number 3 is to decide kung unsaon jud ninyo pag-manage ang finances.
So there. You guys know where you are now and you guys know where you want to go or what your wants are. So it's discussion time on how to get from where you are now to where you want to be. So there are different ways of doing that. What I'd like to share is ways na among na-try out so far, which is first, usara ka tao ang muhandle sa money, which is usually the wife in a common Filipino family.
Yes.
So that's how we did it. See, Gwen here did all the managing
At first, yes.
at first. And then we've agreed na it's best that I also learn how to budget the money so that I would be aware I won't make unreasonable demands. So I started budgeting the money myself. Yes. I started budgeting the money myself during when we get the income, but she does the execution, like paying the bills herself, usually online money. And now, nagsugod na mi na I'm getting more responsibilities. I do the budgeting. I also do the execution, like paying the bills online. However, we still have a discussion, like a meeting na to reassess kung asa na mi.
Yes, and our kung in line pa ba mi sa amo ang priorities
Mga plans.
per monthly basis, quarterly basis, and annually basis. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is to decide how the accounts will be managed.
So what we're talking about here is bank accounts and other types of accounts you guys have there, such as GCash, Paymaya, and Shopee.
Shopee Pay.
So it depends on how you guys want to do it. But what we are doing now is we have our own separate accounts, like amo ang salary accounts, payroll accounts, and we have our joint accounts so that we pull the money there that for the things that we share. So most cases, majority of the money is actually there, and mabilis among own accounts is just our personal allowances. You guys can also have 2 separate accounts, no joint accounts, so that magdelegate lang mo pinsay mo take care of who. So for example, si Gwen here takes care of electricity, I take care of the internet bills. So that's also one way. And the last way is having a joint account, sole joint account. So basically, it's easier to manage, but you guys have to work on how to manage the fund.
Yes, so ang setup anang joint account is the minute nga maka-receive mo sa inyong sweldo or any type of income, diretso i-transfer ta ng amount anang
Yes.
joint account.
It takes a lot more teamwork siguro kay na-share na gid mo entirely sa inyong money.
Yes. So that is tip number 4. Tip number 5, and I think, or actually we think, that this is the most important tip, is to never keep financial secrets to your partner.
So, transparency. Why do we feel that this is very important? So that you guys are aware of what's happening now. You get the whole picture. So, diba, step 1 and step 2 is laying out all the information, sharing or discussing what you guys want. So, it would be unfair if you're spending things on your own without the knowledge of the other person. So, transparency might cause some arguments sometimes, which can be helped. It's normal. But what you guys need to work on, instead of keeping secrets to avoid arguments, is to find better ways on how to improve your discussion, stay objective, and lessen the arguments.
Yeah, so communicate with respect with your partner dyan at all times. Kay one of the reasons sad nga ano, importante sad kaayo ang financial transparency as a couple kay kasagaran yung awayan sa usa ka couple kay kwarta ba jud labi nagmagti ka seryoso na ang relasyon or moabot ng panahon nga namoy kids or na namoy daghang joint assets like houses or cars, magtika dako na jud na ang joint responsibility. So if in case kintahay si Christian ning palit siya og sakyanan nga wala ko kabalo niya, wala di siya sa budget nya daghan di ay mig mas importante nga priorities like education para sa kids or naanay due nga insurance, then maguba ang budget and that will cause more stress and issues sad as in your relationship, which is something that you or we are always trying to avoid man, di ba? All right. So that's it. That is tip number 5. So that is it, you guys. Those are the 5 tips that we can share with you so that you can start budgeting as a couple. Now, once you've laid out the groundwork, or this is the foundation man in order for you to start budgeting together, you can then proceed to watch my video about how to start a budget. And next is the 50, 30, and 20 budgeting rule. So those 2 videos, definitely watch those to start the actual budgeting of your money. And as always, don't forget to like this video, comment down below if naa pa kay laing tips for other couples so that we can read them together, and also tips for us as well, because kanang importante man jud nga we learn something
Keep
every
learning.
day. Yes. And so don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified whenever I post or we post new videos. Until then, I'd like to, or we would like to leave you with a message that your best life starts when you decide. Bye. Now, pag-end. So that's it, you guys. Those are the 5 best tips that we can offer you to start your budgeting journey as a